Hey, yo, yo.
Back hero.
Yo, check it. This my special attack, 100 swords, 100 episodes, and here's to 100 more. Who got next? Place your change on the cabinet. Air Combo University graduates juggle my enemies before tagging in the Masters hero. Pros in action, toe tagging champions getting active. The message will always get near you. Return to the dream team, Spider-Man and Strider hear you. When the mask is on, I can't promise Cyclops to keep his glasses on. The handshake was potent. The inner glow shown as a mega optic blast, trailing behind the Shinku Hadouken. How you gon' dodge both of them? Blast you down to the last atom. Best regards from the proton cannon you couldn't fathom. If you were raised on gaming and put a controller up, I'm old enough to study the meta before I bless you. We understood space in the dash clean. Now we need the Justin Wong poster right next to the pro athletes. Final justice like a primary lotus from out the sky. Stars and stripes reminding you racism is still alive. Bring a plasma sword to a gunfight. Hayato, bring a hurricane kick. Tatsumaki Sentakyu. One time for all my otakus who played the console till their eyes closing. Probably forgot to study for their finals. Welcome to the Swordcast. Swordcast. My wordplay, my sword play when blades clash. Welcome to the Swordcast. Swordcast. My wordplay, my sword play when blades clash. Welcome to the Swordcast. Swordcast. My wordplay, my sword play when blades clash.
Hadouken!
Hey, yo, we're back.
Yeah. Back on deck. Episode whatever.
Episode.
Literally don't know.
So we have not agreed on the episode number in a long time. I think it's 160.
I think it's 161.
You think it's 161.
And matter of fact, I'm like 90% sure it's 161. So here's what we are never right about it when we say it off
Never, ever.
air, but when I go to edit the video, I can always tell which one it was last time, and then I add one. And I've had to add one lately, so
so you think it's 161?
I guess I could just go look at the last episode.
I guess you could.
I don't be always doing that though. Swordcast. Let's see. Videos. The most recent one was episode CLX.
I don't know what that means in Roman.
160. 100 and L plus X, which is 50 plus 10. 160.
You're smarter than me. All right, episode 161.
Yep.
Since Hero is actually.
That's all
All
right.
right.
Well, actually,
That's all right. All right, man. Yeah, so we're back. There's a very important movie that came out. We're gonna talk about that. Very important movie. This is kind of silently been a really good year for movies. There's been a lot of good movies that came out this year. All right, man. What are you into currently, my friend?
Dog, I've been playing Final Fantasy 16 for so fucking long, bro. That game is so long, dog. But I'm enjoying it. It's still pretty good. It's really good. I'm really enjoying it. But I've also been playing it like at a snail's pace because I've taken like weeks off at a time for like, went out of town and other stuff. Dog, the dog is snoring, bro. Right. What else have I been? I've been watching Baki season 2. Have you watched that shit yet, bro?
I have not yet, but I know it's out. I've kind of been on like anime hiatus in a little bit. The first, so me just now starting to watch again. I've definitely been watching the new season of Jujutsu Kaisen, and I'm caught up on the manga. But this is just some stuff I've been waiting for. The Gojo versus Toji fight that everybody was waiting for was
it delivered
fire. Yes, okay. It definitely.
Well, I'm gonna talk about that in a second. I have formulated a take.
Okay.
But I'll get to that in a second. Been watching. Hey man, look, bro. This will be uncomfortable for some of you niggas, but I don't care. We gotta start being more intentional about like some of the stuff that we watch and like be okay with what it represents, because a lot of people have been noticing the homoerotic subtext of Baki for a long time. That's not new, but like now, like the animators and the writers of season 2 are 1000% in on the gag, and the level of homoeroticism in this season is astronomical. And it's like not even subtext anymore. Like it's straight up, these niggas are open, like not openly gay, but like you gotta be a total idiot to not see this shit, right? So here's the thing. Don't panic. It's okay. It's fine. Right? Like now niggas, oh, it's fucking weird. No, it's not. It's always been homoerotic, bro. It's fine. Nigga, it's big meaty men slapping men meat, bro. Like, it's fine. Right, dog. Fucking it's very like the way that they've leaned into it in season 2. Slapping meaty meat, bro. Like it's like that personified, bro. So it's okay. Don't panic. It's fine. It's okay to still enjoy it. It's no big deal.
How are you still not laughing at that?
I did. Yeah, bro. Just fucking kind of lubing up and fucking. Bro, look, there's one scene. Have you read any of the Baki manga?
So the crazy thing about the Baki mangas is it's really hard to find physical copies, and I actually don't want to say they've never actually made any. You have to read it like strictly online. Yeah.
So are you familiar with any of the Baki lore? Yeah, so they're at the Pickle.
I love Baki. I watched the original one.
Yeah, facts. They're going further than the original did though. They're at the Pickle, the like caveman arc. That's where they're at now. And there's a scene where Jack Hammer, who is Baki's half brother, is like trying to have a shit is so ridiculous, bro. He's trying to see whose canines are more powerful between him and Pickle, who's like this caveman who they resurrected. And these niggas like try to bite each other in the mouth. And they're literally just like tongue kissing each other, bro. Like it's not a metaphor, bro. They're mouth to mouth, like aggressively trying to bite each other's faces off.
Well, no, man.
No. Them niggas was gay. Them niggas was in there being gay for each other actively, right? Like there's stop that. There's none of that. They're just trying to be who's got this. No,
man, they just.
Nah, bro, them niggas is gay and it's okay. They're gay and it's fine. It's no big deal.
Nah, Huey.
Right. Fucking Riley. Right, exactly, bro.
Yo, so when I was in college, I did I had to do a communication theory presentation, and I did mine on the spiral of silence theory, which is like no matter what, the spiral of silence is like people will go down like you know what I'm saying, like believe it's like right. Like just dying on the hill,
bro.
And and for my presentation I played the Gangstalicious episode.
Bro, it's a perfect example.
Dying, bro.
Perfect example though. And you get a lot because Baki is super interesting, bro. Baki has a very like
what up, Lish?
I learned. I did a little bit of research on this, and I learned that Baki has a very like, some of that like jujitsu, like role bro culture, like MMA, alpha male type shit. Yeah, like it's a lot of Baki fans. It's a lot of people in the Baki fandom that are like that, and it's at a point now where it's like, all right, bro, these niggas are like Baki, like the writer is openly making fun of y'all niggas now. Like, like openly clowning y'all at this point. So like either recognize that you guys are homophobic and super problematic or just keep taking these L's because like
keep taking these L's.
At this point it's ridiculous. So I've been into that. I'm going to give my Jujutsu Kaisen take in a second and then we can move off of this. But I want to take a second because we don't have a segment for it, bro. We've already talked about it in the Discord. but let's take a moment to give our bro his flowers, dog.
Oh, you talking about
Edmund with the
cosplay ghost,
the cosplay win.
Let's go.
I'm gonna see if I can get him on the horn right quick one time, just so he can speak to y'all. But dog, absolutely deserves it. Love our brother, and I want to continue to support him no matter what. Please check out the DreamCon. Hello. Yeah. Oh, you're on the podcast, bro.
I was kind of guessing.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Wake up, bro. Wake up. But yeah, we give it
so we can give you these flowers, dog.
Yeah. So we're giving you flowers, man. We were talking. I mean, obviously, everybody who listens to the podcast a lot of them are in the Discord, so they already know. Edmund was at DreamCon and took home. I don't know what the fuck he won, but it was some bullshit. They should have just gave him the actual win. I think you could just tell us what you won, but it was basically it counts as like an honorable mention. But his shit, we all saw his cosplay. That shit was fucking incredible. So we just wanted to give you your flowers, bro. I know this is you're nervous taking this cosplay journey, but you are
the GOAT.
You're awesome at it, bro. You're using all your art. You're like, it's the perfect confluence of all the things that you love, your art, your pop culture, all of this stuff, and you're finally having an outlet to put it on a major stage.
And it's fire.
And it's super duper dope. So we wanted to give you your flowers, and we also wanted to give you a second to reflect. Speech.
Jesus, okay.
Come on.
An actual speech, that shit is tough. I mean,
take off your mask. We want to see your face, brother.
I appreciate all the kind words, the reassurance from everybody to say, hey, your performance, you on stage was pretty dope. And I'm like, niggas, I don't know what you seeing, because I was nervous and stiff. I could have done a lot more. I see all the things I needed to do.
I was actually expecting you to be a total wooden Indian chief, but you surprised me, bro. Like you surprised me. You were like, you look like a person that did shit on purpose. Like, no, like I'm doing this thing.
Just wait till next time. I think the changes I got to make with the performance and switching up, I'm gonna have to tweak my sword a little bit so I can actually take some proper swings. And,
nice.
Fixing or adding to the cosplay so that I can scoop up what I missed out on point wise from this convention.
Yeah.
And then also, like I put in the Discord, like I'm taking requests or suggestions on who to try to build towards for next year, because I'm kind of addicted to it. But I only got a few. At this rate, I probably only have a few more in me that I can scoop up in the novice rank before I gotta bump up to journeyman, and then I
have a suggestion. I got either one that I want you to do for me or for you, but I have to hurry up and get either jacked or really skinny. I'm on my way to being jacked. Do you see that picture that I sent you with Rob?
Yeah.
Bro, I look so strong, dog. It was jarring to me. Like, dog, what the fuck? That nigga been lifting weights. God damn. But no, so I have to either continue this journey to either get jacked or skinny, but Bayek from Assassin's Creed.
Oh,
yeah,
that would be good for either one of us, because we both got locks and he has locks as well. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, see, my goal at this point is going to, I think there's a nice lane of concept characters that I need to try to
facts.
on.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the reasons that got me a lot of the points of what they said.
The creativity.
It was the combination of it not just being a link, but a link that's of a different type that isn't actually in any of the games, yet it's still recognizable as Link. So it's going along those lines that I'm trying to aim.
Yeah, facts.
To say, all right, yes, it's this character, but it's a version you haven't seen before because it's not in any of the games. So now, granted, all that I keep coming up with are samurai versions of shit, and I don't want to be known as the samurai guy. Mm-hmm. But if it works, it works. So it's kind of I just don't want people to get tired of seeing a samurai, regardless of how it's reflected.
No, I'll get. So how about this? How about an assassin version of something? Assassins, because we've already seen that in like, there's like a lot of concepts out there already of like assassin versions of like samurai, assassin versions of shinobi, like maybe an assassin version of like, I don't know, fucking who's another famous character? Kirby. He would just end up looking like Majin Buu, probably, but
yeah, he probably would. I was floating around.
Kirby
is. What was that?
So Kirby's interesting. Can literally be anything.
Do anything, right?
Yeah, he's the god. I was playing around possibly a samurai Mega Man. Or Zero.
That sounds incredible.
Was thinking about a samurai Zuko or Rufio.
Hard as fuck, bro.
Now, what I'm planning and hoping to get both, because again, I'm out of a job, the money, time, and energy for October, because that's a anime week in Atlanta, AWA. I have a dope samurai idea for that. I do kind of want to tell it what it is.
Nah, man, you can break news on here if you want, or you can just save it. Your choice.
Just because I love saying it, and I'm hoping it works out as well as it can.
Okay.
Which is that it's gonna be Samurai Jack Skellington.
That I remember you told me about that. I forgot about that. Yeah, facts. Nah, let's make it happen.
That's fire.
So that's
something's up with Jack. Something's up with Jack.
But next year though, that's where the challenge is. Now I know this will get Knob excited because it was suggested earlier in the Discord, and literally after I put the request in the Discord, I thought about it and put it on my list, and then somebody else suggested it. But I'm definitely thinking about Shredder. Or Dr. Doom. I don't know about a samurai Dr. Doom. It just might be straight up Dr. Doom. But
Shredder Doom. Tractor Doom, dog.
Yo, that would be crazy though.
And yeah, Dr. Shredder, love it.
It would be recognizable too.
But yeah, samurai version of either those two, or I did come across a picture that had like all the all the Smash Brothers characters crossed with Final Fantasy characters, and there was a Link and Cloud, and I was
yo, all right, bro, all right, I'm gonna let you go, man, because we can talk about this shit the whole rest of the podcast, bro.
I'm taking them. Like I said, I do want to try to go.
Yo, then you could because you could do like a combination of the Buster Sword and the Master Sword too. Oh my gosh.
Yo, that's fire, dog. All right, bro.
In the group I travel with, they were already they want to go back next year, and they're already kind of pitching Smash characters, and they were thinking about doing it with like Sailor Moon characters, and then I sent them that picture, and everybody's like, okay, no, we like Final Fantasy.
Done. Done deal, bro.
That would be sick, man.
So that might be it, but I'm also probably going to be upgrading to the life of like when I go to these conventions, actually cosplaying something every day of it. And
that's like the level. That's the level I never could get to, man. Like these cats be doing something different every day.
I don't know if that's for me. I don't know if that's for me, bro.
That's tough. But if I'm getting as many ideas,
that's dope, man.
So next year you're still gonna probably see Samurai Link on one of those days, but he's not gonna be the main one on Saturday.
That's dope.
Warm up on Friday because he's old news, or cool down on Sunday because he's old news. So
that's fine.
And save the Saturday for the nice premiere of the new guy, whoever that is. So
well, we're excited to be with you on this journey too, man. So we're gonna jump into the rest of the podcast here, but I just wanted to give you a platform to talk about your success. We love you, bro, and let me know how I can continue to support, man.
Oh, I mean, most of these are gonna need some music, so if I gotta get some more hero beats, that's gonna be it. Especially if I can get a nice little 30-second verse from Nav on one of them.
I mean, you already
I'll rap about the character,
right? About the both of the characters,
right?
Right.
Let's get it. Yes, sir.
Especially if I get somebody else who's a fan like last time. So.
Yeah, that was fire.
That was dope. That's a dope video.
But yeah, love y'all.
Love you too, brother.
Yes,
6
sir.
in the morning, police at my door.
We're about to talk about that shit right now. All right, man.
Godspeed, Phil.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother.
See you later, bro. Boom.
Boom.
All right, last thing before I know we've taken up a lot of time here.
Good.
I have not finished the first season yet, but I'm through like 18 episodes, and I have a take for Jujutsu Kaisen.
Take. What is the take?
The take is that it's not weak.
Hey, told you.
Not so fast.
Hey, whoa.
It's not weak. I think it's.
Are you gonna donate to the Church of Jujutsu Kaisen or not?
If I do, it's the starter pack. It's the entry level. I'm not quite there yet. It's the entry level. Here's what I'll say. It is a very, very well done anime. Like the fight scenes are excellent. It's really like.
In all fairness, I didn't become a huge Jujutsu Kaisen fan until I read the manga.
The manga, right? And I may do that. The first season, I'm mostly through it. I really like the guy who does the curse voices, the curse speech. Yuta.
Oh no, you're talking about the guy who he always speaks in like food ingredients,
recipes.
Yeah. So
he's a cool character.
He's cool.
He's got a cool power.
Have you seen the movie?
No, I haven't. I've only watched like 18 episodes.
I can't say that. Okay.
I'll get to it. I do plan on like watching it. I plan on.
The movie's fire.
I've gotten far enough into it where I'm like, I'd like to finish this, so I will watch it.
That's good. Yeah, the movie's fire.
So what I'll say is this: it is a very well done anime. I think that it does. The only thing that keeps me from like being like, oh, this is like one of my favorites. Is that it doesn't, and this was the thing that I was worried about. It does a good job of doing all the things that shonen anime does very well. But it so far has not gotten out of the box
still
yet.
Be doing the stuff.
It's still, but to its credit, it does the stuff very well.
Yeah.
And for me, like, I actually think it's on the same par as Demon Slayer. I think it's in the same tier as Demon Slayer, but I wouldn't put it as high as like My Hero Academia thus far.
So like I said, I didn't become as big a fan as I am until I read the manga. There's like, that's when it really starts to kind of break away from the typical shonen formula. It starts to really explore like these side characters and you know what I'm saying, and it evolves into something a little better, unpredictable. Like it's not what you think it is. I'll just say that it's not what the show seems like right now. Like that's not what it becomes. It becomes something different. So
I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, that's dope.
So I'm gonna keep watching it. I'm on board. I'm on the Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm in the like pews, but I'm not quite ready to go get baptized yet. So we'll see.
All right, fair enough. When you're ready, we gotta play that church clip. That church music. So yeah, me, man. I've been into a couple of things. I've been into, as everybody knows, I had you guys send in your list, so we are gonna drop the Swordcast Definitive Top 10 Comic Book Movies list on this episode. You guys sent your list. I have to say,
any Sonic 3s?
I don't love it. But hey, I'll say this: there's no Sonic 3s.
Okay,
it's a good list.
I think I know why you wouldn't. I bet I know why you don't love it.
I bet you do too. You're a contributor.
What's the matter?
Nothing, man.
I'm just saying.
Only one superhero got 2 movies on the list. That's somebody.
Well, I mean, did you see how I labeled mine though?
What?
Like what my number 1 was.
Yeah.
Did you see how I intentionally labeled that?
Yeah.
That way.
I kind of did that for most people.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm always mad about that.
Yeah. No, I know what you were mad about. I know.
But I've been into Ninja Turtles, man. Like, I mean, obviously with the new movie coming out, I kind of went back. I've been watching all the old movies, been watching some of the cartoons, man, and That's kind of what I've been into. Obviously, I don't know if there's a movie I've seen more than the 1990 Ninja Turtles movie. Like, if I'm talking about like pound for pound, like movies that I have just seen and just watched more times than any other movie in the world, like that literally could be my number one. I don't think I've seen.
What would you say your top like 5 are off the top of your head?
Like just movies that I've just watched more than anything. That probably Mulan. Between like my childhood and my daughter, like I've seen that movie a trillion times. Probably Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Probably, it's most watched. Probably.
Think about tapes that you had as a
kid. Yeah. Oh God, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie is up there for sure. That was a movie that I ran into the ground as well. And then probably like, man, that's such a good question. Probably, it would probably be like. What's like probably, you know what? Probably like Enter the Dragon. Like I had that tape too when I was a kid, watched it all the time, and then like watched it live when I was growing up. I've seen that movie a trillion times, another movie word for word.
For me, I think pretty easily it would probably be 90s Turtles, Power Rangers, like you said.
Yeah. Oh no, take it back. Surf Ninjas. Surf Ninjas would be my other one.
Surf Ninjas, I never owned that one. I just used to rent it all the time. But I rented it like 30 times though.
I watched Surf Ninjas so much as a kid and then like rediscovered it when I was like in high school and then like rediscovered it again. As an adult, I rediscovered that movie like 20 times.
No, facts.
That movie's hilarious.
So you actually just made me think of another one. So it's, what did I say? Lion King.
Shout out to Surf Ninjas again. I love that movie.
It would be Power Rangers, 90s, Turtles, Lion King for sure because I had that tape. Surf Ninjas definitely. Three Ninjas. The first Three Ninjas, not Surf Ninjas for me.
I like the second one too.
Me too, but again, I owned the first one. Right. I had to rent. I used to rent Three Ninjas, Kickback, and Surf Ninjas together.
Dunking. Remember when
he dunked?
He's like a kid, and it's like not a big. Then you go, they're like, wait a minute, dog. This dude's like 10,
and he dunked like with his chest. Like it was. It's like he jumped on a trampoline, bro. The Matrix for sure, and then Hook.
Matrix. Oh my, Hook might be one of mine too.
I used to run that tape to death.
Oh my
bro.
gosh, I've seen Hook so many times. That's true. Wow, that's what's up. But yeah, man, I've been watching all the Turtle movies. The first one that movie is incredible. I don't just get nostalgic. Like I think that is like genuinely a really good comic book movie. Like that movie is just so well made.
Hell yeah,
hasn't been done again since, and it's just like they got like the mood and the grittiness from the comic books, but then they like added some of the silly turtleness from the 80s cartoon,
but not too much.
Like the fights were dope. It had enough humor in it, enough darkness. Like Shredder was scary. The music is awesome. Like there's like those weird little little hiccups that you find, like when you like the part where they're in their April's apartment. There's just like a sound guy like just sitting on the ground.
Yeah, behind it. Yeah.
And then obviously the terrifying part when Donnie laughs and you can see the face.
You see like the eyeballs in his mouth. It's horrible. But like, what kid was like pausing it and was like, you know what I'm saying?
No kid noticed any of that stuff. That's stuff we know. But like, I genuinely think that movie that's like a great movie.
One of the best scenes ever was Shredder versus the Turtles at the top of the fucking building.
At the top of the building, like that, and then not even like just that whole little where they go back to the farm, like the training part, and then like Leo like meditating and like connecting with Splinter. Like that movie was really good, man. Like it really was. And then when you think about like, when you like research something, like those dudes were doing all that stuff with like 60 pounds in those suits. Like those suits had all types of wires in them, and
a lot of those guys were WMCA warriors, like Superstar
and then I know Ernie Reyes did he was Donnie in the first movie. He wasn't Donnie, he was somebody else in the second movie.
He was Keno in the second movie.
He was Keno, but I think he still did some turtle stuff.
He did a turtle and Keno?
I think he did.
Fuck. Damn. Like, hold on, how you got two roles?
Oh my gosh.
But what's the name? What's the guy? Who's my favorite one? Like you would know, but I think he was your favorite one. Who was your favorite WC?
Tsunami.
Tsunami. Yes.
Yeah, he was
Tsunami.
sweet.
Yep.
Yeah, that show was awesome.
We're friends on Facebook. That's how he and I are friends on Facebook.
Crazy.
Yeah,
that's awesome. But yeah, so I've been watching the Turtle movies like that, and then like we were talking earlier, I don't even think that Secret of the Ooze is as bad as, and like like we joke about the movie all the time. Like yes, parents complained and they like ruined the violence, you know what I'm saying, and like the whole dark tone was just completely gone.
Yeah,
and it's like too silly, and like they don't even use their weapons. The only person that uses his weapons is Donatello. And like, there's literally a scene where they go to the lab, the TGRI lab, I think it's called, and it's TCRI now, but back then it was TGRI.
Yep.
And they go to the lab, and like Leo's literally just holding two sticks for like no reason, just because so he's not holding swords.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. And then obviously you got Mikey swinging freaking sausages and stuff, nunchucks. And then, but even still, like, the movie's fun, and like the fight scenes that are in it are amazing. Dog. Like still,
Ernie Reyes was a dog in that movie.
He was, and whoever was doing Donatello in the second movie, his fight scenes in the Secret of the Ooze are off the chain.
Bananas, yeah.
And then by the third movie, and the dance floor scene, the Ninja Rap scene, like that's one of the best Ninja Turtle scenes ever too. And then like obviously after that, the third movie was.
We don't talk about the third movie.
That's one that like everything, like the designs were bad.
The
and then
suits were trash.
The suits were horrible. Like, and then it's just like it was like over the top, like goofy. And then like I think at the time I want to say everybody was, this is gonna be like Turtles in Time, and then it was just like nah. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, technically they went back in time, but
it was it didn't deliver. And then
stupid as fuck.
And then I hate the Michael Bay movies. I don't like any of them.
The first one was bad. It was
Transformers, bro. It was Transformers.
I would say the first one was not offensive. It wasn't good, but it wasn't.
Offensive.
I wasn't like hurt when I left. The second one, however, was like mortifying.
Bro, it was terrible. Like they tried to jam so much turtle lore into one movie.
The second one, I was like, I'm physically hurt after watching this shit.
And then, but then like, and we knew, we support Rise of TMNT, right? Like, that's a show where I was like, okay, this is dumb. I don't like the way they look. Then like I came around to a watch show, animation, fight scenes amazing. The Rise movie that came out on Netflix like a couple years ago, that movie's fire. Yep. It's so good. And that movie is really good too, so I watched that as well. But that's what I've been into. We're gonna get back into some Turtle Talk later. Quick wrestling recap. SummerSlam is coming to Detroit this weekend. I can't wait. I'm going. I'm taking my son. It's going to be fire. They got a lot of cool stuff happening too. They got WrestleCon here this weekend. They got like a WWE pop-up shop that's going to be right in downtown with SummerSlam coming up. You go there, buy WWE merch. I think they're going to have wrestlers there for meet and greets. It's like C-tier WWE wrestlers too, but whatever. And then there's like this giant SummerSlam billboard right in downtown. That's so dope. So it's the wrestling fanfare here this weekend is gonna be really fun. I'm gonna be taking part in all of that. AEW, man, Collision is fire. I love Collision so much. I like Collision better than Dynamite. I like the way it's presented more. I love the way the wrestlers do their promos at the beginning. It's just kind of old school style.
For sure.
FTR versus Bullet Club Gold, that 2 out of 3 falls match. That's one of the best.
So are the Young Guns Yeah, are they in Bullet Club or not?
The Gun Club? Oh, Billy Gunn's kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
So they're officially in Bullet Club.
Bullet Club Gold, yeah.
Okay.
That match was fire. Also, Jay White, man. I've always thought Jay White was a good wrestler, but I couldn't stand him in New Japan because all he did was cheat. But now you're kind of seeing his wrestling. He got some tech, man. Jay White's a dope. That match was amazing. That was one of my favorite matches of the year. I also am loving the fact that Andrade is like getting some type of a push because he is so good. And now it's like we're seeing him get a push. Like, this is dope. But CM Punk, man, like,
move.
I don't like the whole. I never lost this title. You know what I'm saying? Now this dude's like got the belt and he's acting like he never lost it. So we're just gonna say that this is the Collision belt now.
Yeah. Stupid.
Anyway, that's what they're doing there. G1. I gotta admit, man, G1 is like my favorite wrestling time of the year. And like this turn, it hasn't been bad, but it is just like lacking the like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like it's
crazy
big
match.
and like it just does not have in those, like there's a time where like you would look at the best matches of the year and like 10 of them would be from G1.
So what's up with Tanahashi? Did he try to make a go of it?
He's surviving. It's he's not looking good. But they're smart with the way that they're like structuring his matches and stuff. But
do we think it might be towards the end for him?
Unfortunately, yeah, man. I just think his body is just like broken down.
He got the Chris Jericho knees.
His knees are bad. I think he just needs to chill. I think he just needs to take like a year off if he wants to come back. Fine, but he needs to he needs to rest. So that's just quick wrestling recap. But let's go, man.
I'm really curious to hear your reaction, bro.
Let's go. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. This movie literally comes out tomorrow. I've seen it twice already.
I've seen it once.
You've seen it once. We're not gonna like get into the like. I guess. I mean,
I don't know, bro. I kind of feel like we need to.
Let's just all right. Spoiler alert.
Major spoiler alert, bro.
Major spoiler alert. We are going to get. We're getting into the talk about the stuff.
I'm gonna play it again.
Big spoiler alert.
Yeah,
we're gonna get into the stuff. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. So I'll start by saying this. When this movie got announced, I was excited. I was like, they're doing another Turtles movie, bet. It's animated, cool. Like, I'm excited for this. Then I saw a screenshot of the art and what the Turtles look like, and I hated it. I was like, what is this? I don't like this.
I remember.
And then, obviously, we love the Spider-Verse. I love the Spider-Verse.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got the trailer, and the trailer completely changed my mind. Mm-hmm. And it was because, number one, I said, oh, you know what? Like, I see the vision and like this. I'm not saying it doesn't look, because it doesn't look like Spider-Verse. It's not like Spider-Verse. You know what it's like? Have you ever seen Mitchell's vs. Machines? I think the same guy did that. That's a great movie. My daughter loves that movie. Mm-hmm. But anyway, like, the animation reminded me of Spider-Verse, but not just the animation, but it just reminded me that the vibe, like this could do for Ninja Turtles what Spider-Verse did for Spider-Man fans, old and new, right? That's what I was getting at when I saw this trailer. But the other thing that excited me the most, bro, was that the Turtles were voiced by kids.
Kids, yes.
They never do that.
Nope.
We're grown-ups. It's okay we can connect to our younger selves, man. It's fine. Like, I love the fact that they were voiced by kids. So
and like modern kids.
Yes, like that. The animation style, and then like just the art direction. Like, I love the font of the poster, like all this stuff, right? So I had really high expectations going into this movie, and I was like, this felt like a big deal for me. Like, I love Ninja Turtles. My son loves Ninja Turtles. Like, I was really looking forward to seeing this movie. Like, this was kind of a big deal for me. Just as a Turtles fan. I think it was for all of us, right?
Facts, yeah.
I loved it. Like, this, I thought this movie was amazing. I've seen it twice. Like, I really, really loved this movie. I thought it was amazing. It was fire. Like, the soundtrack was fire. The animation
was really dope.
Animation was fire. I loved, like we talked off air a little bit earlier, I thought this was not only one of the best jobs ever that they've done with all the Turtles being kind of on equal ground as far as like them being like featured. Like we talked about how sometimes inevitably it becomes about Raph and Leo, and then Mikey and Donnie just kind of get pushed to the background. Like that didn't happen. Like they were all you know, front and center. And then I also love, like, I think this might be the most like a family that the Turtles ever felt too.
Their banter was amazing.
You know what I'm saying? Like I thought this was maybe the most like a family that they've ever felt as well. And I loved Jackie Chan as Splinter. Like he was hilarious, like concerned father. Loved that. But those are like just my initial thoughts. Like I love this movie, bro. Like I've seen it twice. I want to see it again. Like the soundtracks slap, 90s hip hop. Like come on, man, that was for us too.
Hell yeah,
like,
that part was for us for sure.
And but I loved it, man. The only things.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
Okay,
let's get to that in a second.
Right.
So here's how I'd like to structure this. I'm gonna give my take, and then I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
About your take.
All right.
And I'm very curious to hear what you say. So I loved it too. I thought it was fantastic. I love the art direction. I love the vibe. Again, it wasn't, to your point, it wasn't exactly like the Spider-Verse, but it had a similar feel. I love the fact that, like, echoing everything you said, the fact that they were voiced by kids, like modern kids that were using slang that I didn't understand.
I didn't even understand.
Yeah,
I was like, wait, what? What is that?
Splinter, Jackie Chan Splinter grew on me. I didn't like it immediately, but then it grew on me, especially that Jackie Chan fight scene, bro. That was so dope.
Amazing.
It was so clever. Like, they doing the thing.
They're doing the Jackie stuff.
I love that. I thought that was dope.
Fire. That fight scene was amazing.
The fight scenes were much better than I expected. Especially like that like horizontal shot.
Dog, the no diggity, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
The no diggity interrogation fight scene was incredible to me.
Yeah,
like that was one of the best like Ninja Turtle just scenes ever of all time. Like that was amazing.
It was really dope.
I loved the first fight. I loved the goofy, like they were like kind of nervous,
and then but you could see him kind of getting their swag a little bit.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
And Raph was like, "Bro, I'm here. I've wanted to smoke
fighting
for
every night.
so long, dog, and now I get to have it."
Bro, and then the side got stuck in Donnie's leg. And Leo's like, I'm gonna throw up.
Right.
Oh my gosh, so funny.
So I loved it. I really, really enjoyed it. I'll rank them later. I'm sure we'll do that as well. But here's my question. Here's my statement and then a question. I am very surprised to see how positive you are on this movie, and here's why. They played really, really fast and loose with the source material, and I know that you don't like that.
Yeah. So
one last thing, like specifically the magic between Oroku Saki and Hamato Yoshi, right? Like that's critical to the to the Turtles lore. And I was wondering, like, damn, I wonder how Nav is gonna respond to this, because they threw that shit out the window altogether.
They did. And so I'm the first person to say that, like, I like my Turtles dark and gritty and violent.
Yeah.
I was fine with this. Like, I enjoyed it for what it was. And I think that, like, over time, and Rise kind of did this for me too, is like, I just like appreciate these different versions of the Turtles, and there's something to, like, in my opinion, in everything, as long as it's not like Next Mutation or something crazy like that. But like,
no, not gonna be able to do it.
But like, I love this, and then like, and another spoiler alert. At the end, there is an end credit scene where they show Shredder, his like silhouette and stuff. So I think this could also be a thing where this is something that Splinter kept from them. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that's crazy.
Like
Edmund said the same exact, because I brought this up to Edmund too, and he said the same thing. But my pushback would be like, why fucking, like, because now you're gonna look like assholes when you have to go back and be like, well, remember when I said this? I was actually bullshitting because I didn't have because the writers didn't have their mind made up yet. Like, I don't love that.
And also, like, And also, I would be okay if they did something different anyway. You know what I'm saying? And because like I love this movie so much, it's being done in good taste. It's done by guys who are fans. So like I trust Seth Rogen to whatever they're gonna do. Like I'm okay with that. I trust them.
Okay, man. Look, I will admit, bro, I'm happy to hear you say this. I'm happy to hear you say this because I loved it. And I knew that we didn't have to worry about it because I knew how positive you were. I could tell by your reactions. But what I was hoping when I saw this, before I knew how you felt about it, I was like, man, I really hope, because we can both be like this. We're like, and I've definitely been like this about some of the shit that I really care about. Like, man, like the X-Men, for example, bro. Like, I'm nervous, dog. I'm nervous, bro. Like, don't fuck with my like core too much, bro.
That's why, like,
you know what I'm saying?
I felt like that with this too. Yeah.
I'm nervous, bro. Like, don't do too much weird shit, and now I gotta be like, man, I don't fuck with this shit.
Yeah, like that's hot, man. Like that Snake Eyes movie broke me.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
And it's like if that movie was called Storm Shadow,
it would have been fine.
Been a fire movie.
So
but they made Snake Eyes a jerk,
right?
It made no sense.
Man, facts, bro.
He was such a jerk.
So what I was thinking was like, damn, because this shit is amazing. This shit is dope. Like, it's a great story. It's funny. It's like perfect to bring a new generation into Turtles. And I hope that either of us, because I'll admit, like, I'll talk about that in a second, but like I know how we can both be about our source material for shit that we really care about, and I was hoping that we would not be like let that take us out of the movie. I'm happy to hear that you didn't and I didn't either. The only complaint that I had was the Hamato Yoshi Orokusaki stuff is that's one of my favorite parts of the lore.
Me too.
They can do what you and Edmund said about like kind of, you know, retconning and go and, you know.
Yeah, but that's I get what you're saying because it just shows like, oh, you know, we didn't really know what we wanted to do, so now we can. But my thing is like, this first movie was so fun. Like, Shredder is obviously a dark, you know what I mean?
Facts,
so I could definitely see like the mood changing when Shredder comes into everything.
Yeah.
And they probably getting a little more. So I'm here for whatever they do, man.
My only complaint was I didn't, and here I come as a turtle like purist. I didn't love how they yada their martial arts training just for a gag. Like the gag was, hey, we fucking watched kung fu movies and watched a YouTube video. Like,
you know what?
They went a long way for that joke, and I'm like, can we talk about something else? Like, them niggas is ninjas. Like, come on.
So like that worked for me because that's how this generation is.
That's true. That's a good point.
That worked for me because this generation is like, I'm about to look it up on YouTube and I'm gonna learn how to do it.
My generation, nigga, go see Mr. Woodruff, bro.
Go see Mr. Kenny and train in his basement.
And go fucking do push-ups on your knuckles on the fucking concrete, bro.
Yes, like, I agree, bro.
Punch this tree until your fucking hands bleed, bro. Like,
trust me, I agree, but it worked for me because this generation is instant gratification. This generation is, I'm about to go watch a video. I'm about to look it up. Yeah. I'm about to have my mom buy me an instructional DVD set so I can learn how to do this. Like, this is a very self-taught generation of kids, so I was okay with that. And then like the movies they were showing were like legit classics, and that was cool. And then like the martial arts were sweet. Like,
they had the tech.
They got and I have to admit, I do not like an origin movie where the character spends the whole movie trying to be sweet and then they're sweet at the end of the movie for 5 seconds.
I hate that. I hate that, bro.
That is why I just love a movie like they were sweet. Yeah. That's kind of my they were sweet already. I like that.
X-Men writers, Fantastic Four writers, keep that in mind. We don't need to see another origin story. We've seen that shit already. Come on,
dog. Like, that's what.
Give it to me in flashbacks or something. Give it to me like piece by piece.
Like, seriously, man. And I really like that too.
You were about to say, I stopped you. You were about to say you had the only complaints you had were what?
So my only complaint, one, I feel like it was short, and like maybe
short.
was it short?
It was short. It was only like an hour and a half.
I was gonna say because I know we'd be like watching these long movies all the time. So
nah, I like, bro. If movies cost like $13,
yeah.
give me my fucking 2 hours.
Give me that 2 hours and 15.
At least, bro. Like movies cost too much to be the short ass hour and a half ass movie, 90 minutes ass movie.
Man,
fuck out of here.
So my only complaint was I didn't love the I really wanted a like Turtles versus all those mutants like fight scene. I didn't want them to be friends. That was the only thing that I didn't like about it. Like that was
Edmund mentioned that as well. He said that they wrote themselves into a corner about like
I think so too.
Having all of these mutants all on the same team. They all live at the crib and shit.
Like I get it. Like Mutant Mayhem is fun. Like it's like that was like a comic book series back in the day where they would like feature all the random mutants that were in the comic books. Like so I like the inclusion of them, but I just wish they would have kind of had I wish they wouldn't have all like kind of kumbaya and been friends.
At least not Bebop and Rocksteady.
Yeah, especially
like, those are
and like
the goons.
I kind of feel like they're gonna and something will happen with them when Shredder comes and everything. But yeah, man. Like other than that, like that was the only thing I didn't really like. Really loved it. Thought it was super wholesome. Like it was. I already talked about how I felt like this was the most like a family they felt. Like them being kids was just like hilarious and it added a lot to it. I love the April O'Neil. Like, and another thing, bro, and you kind of helped me realize this, like, this didn't do the whole like yes, you can be smart and you can be nerdy. That doesn't make you a
loser,
a cowardly loser. Yeah. Like these are nerdy kids, and they know martial arts, and they're sweet.
They're cool, man.
And they're cool.
They're fucking cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Donnie with the hoodie fit at the end.
Love it,
bro. He was they were cool.
It. And you know what I'm saying? Cool. And it's like I love like we just flat out did not have stuff like this when we were kids. Like it was like you got to be this like masculine, like. You know what I'm saying? This super handsome, like muscles and
jock,
and you got to be this to be cool. And it's like, nah, man. Like these dudes are like nerdy kids. They know martial arts and they're sweet. And
telling you, bro, they led us to believe that Steve Urkel would have been unpopular, bro.
Dog.
Bro, Steve Urkel today, as he is, suspenders, funny ass way to talk. He would have been the fucking man, dog.
Been the man.
He would have been so popular, bro. So
bro.
Popular.
Hair was sweet.
Confident, bro. Yeah, bro. The glasses, the swag, the fucking. You know, these kids got a weird ass sense of style.
Oh, come on, man.
Bro, he would have been a killer, dog.
Been a killer, man.
And he could hoop.
And he could hoop.
He was a ball player, bro. Come on.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, man, like. The Splinter fight scene we talked about was amazing. Like the way they incorporated the Jackie Chan fighting style into it. We already talked about the first Goofy fight scene, amazing. The interrogation, like side-scrolling fight scene, incredible.
You know what, bro? It reminded me of Sifu, the game Sifu. There's a level. I think it's like the second level where there's like a. Because the game doesn't always look like that, but you go into a hallway and it changes the angle to like that side
That's
view.
Sweet.
It's that like you ever see the movie Old Boy?
I haven't, but I've heard a lot about it, and I know that it has like one of the like most like pioneering like hallway fight scenes.
That is the first movie that I've ever seen that does that style of like side scrolling hallway fight, and it's fine. It's not pretty, but it's dope.
That's what everybody says.
It's so dope.
So, but yeah, like that was incredible. I loved Ice Cube as Superfly was amazing. He was hilarious.
He was low key ass off, bro.
He was so funny in that role. I loved that. I loved the ending. Like I loved all the little pop culture references. Attack on Titan. I loved the end when they had to get the thing in his back. In the back of his neck. That whole little scene was fire. Just the way they were moving around. And
prediction, bro. I am willing to bet that the doctor from TCRI is gonna be Krang.
Oh, for sure, because her last name was Utram too.
Yep.
So yeah, I think she's gonna be
she flat out looked like Krang already.
She did already.
You know what I'm saying? With the long ass neck, the visor, gonna be Krang
for sure. So
just don't do. Edmund pointed this out as well. Don't do Krang and Shredder at the same time. Do Shredder, introduce Krang at the very end. Yeah. That's how you do it.
I agree, because like that's when you just try to cram too much into.
Never works.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So I loved it. I thought it was dope, man. I think
Agreed.
I heard they're doing a series too, so like
maybe save Krang for the series.
Maybe save Krang for a series. Do Shredder in the movie.
Yeah,
that would be dope. I'm just excited to see what else comes from this, like this new iteration of the Turtles. But yeah, I loved it, man. I really loved it. Thought it was fire. Loved the beginning with the getting the snacks. The soundtrack was fire. I love even when they were just like jumping on the roof and jumping from building to building. The scene where he was cutting the watermelon was hilarious. Just all their personalities, like I loved it. I did, man. I just flat out loved it. I thought it was fire.
Same, me too, man. It's right up there. Do we want to do our rankings, or what do you want to do?
Oh, I don't even know, man, because I'm not ready. I've seen it twice, and I really love it. Like, I love it.
All right, so let me just, we don't have to rank them all. Let me just ask you this. Edmund he begged the question, is this the best Turtles movie ever? Are you ready to say yes or no?
I will say that I think that it's hard. I don't know, man, because I think that this is the best Turtles movie ever.
Oh.
I don't know if it's, but I don't know if I can say that from like just because I think that this movie took a lot of great steps as far as like establishing this as something for like this generation of Turtle fans.
Facts.
I still love the first movie, like just because of how like it's been so long and we still haven't had something that was that close to the comic books.
Agreed.
I love the first movie. That one's probably always gonna be my favorite. But this movie was like really good, and I just think that this style and this quality of like animation and like the things that they can do with this, like I think it will end up. Hopefully, my hope is that it does start to get a little darker as we, maybe the next one, and it does like pay a little more homage to the comic books and stuff. But I think like I'm always gonna like that first one, but like quality wise, like this is definitely the best Ninja Turtles movie ever.
That's a fair take, bro. I think I'm right. I think I agree with you 100%. Like it's gonna take a lot for anything to dethrone the original 90s movie.
Same here, and like I literally just said, like I may have watched that movie more, and it's not because it's just nostalgic. Like it's genuinely
fantastic,
a really good it's a really good adaptation of like Ninja Turtles. It's just really it's perfect.
And that said, it will and also like the nostalgia and also like the source material piece, which is important to me personally.
Yeah.
To me, it ranks as my personal favorite, but in terms of like quality of art, quality of film, it's hard to argue that there's been a better made Turtles film than this one. So I'm with you, bro.
Facts.
Good ass movie. Can't wait to see it again.
Great movie. Loved it.
Also, real quick, just like a 10-second aside. Y'all make sure y'all go watch They Clone Tyrone with my boy John Boyega, bro.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
It's fucking hilarious. It's really, really good. But we just gotta support John. He he did that thing. He came out during the Black Lives Matter stuff and like was one of the only niggas out there protesting and was like scared. Like he was like, yo, I might not be able to do this acting shit no more because they don't like it when we talk shit like this. And he's been successful since then, but I want to make sure that we continue to support him because he is one of our great actors, and he's one of us, man. You gotta support him.
Boom.
They Clone Tyrone, Netflix.
Bang. All right, man. So before we get into this forecast, definitive top 10 comic book movies, I want to do this real quick. Talking about Ninja Turtles. Give me your Turtle family plus Splinter with your favorite version of each character.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. So like of the different iterations, which
anyone,
Okay. So off top,
we'll do Shredder too. So we'll do the Turtles. We'll do Splinter and Shredder.
Okay. I like Jackie Chan's Splinter, bro. He grew on me. I didn't like him at first, but he did grow on me.
Facts.
This Shredder is a tough one. I'm probably gonna go with Oroku Saki from the first one just because I know him the most. Mm-hmm. I know that there's a really dope version of Shredder in like the 2008 series.
2012.
Or 2012, yeah. I haven't seen that one. So
is the most like so that's the CGI animated Turtles cartoon, right? Bro, that Shredder is the most hands-on Shredder ever. Like he's the Shredder that's like, you know what? I'm just about to go beat him up.
I'm just gonna fight.
And he be whooping on them in that show, bro. Like that Shredder is a goon. I love that Shredder.
Unfortunately, I haven't watched that one, so I don't have the familiarity. But like, nigga, OG Oroku Saki beat the brakes off the Turtles as well on top of that building. Like, it wasn't no light ass whooping. He was on them niggas' heads for sure,
bro.
So I'm gonna go with that version of Shredder. Man, I love the Donnie. Donnie has so many good iterations.
I think the crazy thing about Donnie, I think he might be the best like represented turtle across the board.
Yeah, facts.
He's always good.
There's no Donnie, trash version of him.
Like Donnie in Rise was great. That was one of the best ones. Donnie in the 2012 show was great. Yep. Donnie in the 2003 show was great. He was great in the original. Yep. Like I think Donnie's been, but this Donnie though,
I think I'm gonna give a slight edge to this Donnie to the most recent one
too.
Because the 90s Donnie that nigga was so snarky,
I liked his
bro.
voice the most. I like in this movie.
In this one, yeah, because he sounded like a kid, bro.
I loved his voice more than everybody else.
But you know what was funny? Because I bet you like there were people who probably wanted Donnie and Mikey to voice swap, but I kind of liked it that way, bro.
I liked Donnie's voice so much.
Because we think about Mikey as the youngest, right? So you should have the high pitched voice, but I liked it, bro.
I liked Mikey. I loved Mikey's voice.
So all right, I'm gonna go. Man,
it's tough. I know. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go double those doubles, bro. I'm gonna go Mikey and Donnie from this new one because the only character that I didn't love in the original 90s was Mikey. Mm-hmm. He was a little too silly for me, just a little bit too silly. Although him and Donnie had a couple of back and forths.
They did have some great moments.
Bro, when that nigga, Donnie. When Mike came over to get some pizza, and Donnie was like, "Do you like penicillin in your pizza?"
Oh, when they was in the basement, or when they was in the sewer and they was gone, and they came.
Right,
yeah,
and he hilarious. Stopped that nigga, and it crossed his leg. Do you like penicillin in your pizza? And then Mike was heartbroken, bro. And they did a funeral procession for the pizza. That shit had me dying, bro.
And this is all stuff that's like happening in the background too.
Right, because Mike.
I'm telling you, look. I'm so serious, bro. This movie is not like just a nostalgia trip. Like this is a really well-made movie.
Because I think like Raph and Leo and April were all having like a serious ass conversation, and niggas was in the background bullshitting
having a funeral for pizza.
Pizza. Man, that shit had me dying, bro. So fantastic. All right, so man, Leo. All right, off top, my favorite version thus far of Raph is the original 90s Raph.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
A Jose Canseco bet. Tell me,
you didn't pay money for this. Cricket. You got to know what a crumpet is to play cricket.
Come on, man.
Hey, that nigga wore Timbs and a do-rag only, bro. That nigga was from the Bronx,
bro, I love the roof when he gets jumped by the foot clan. He's like, come on. How do you guys expect to beat me?
Right, bro. Come on, dog. Come on, bro. You expect to beat me, bro? Like I'm fucking Raph, dog. What are you insane?
And then he just has some of the best fight scenes, man. Like the one with him and Keno versus Foot 2 and the second one,
bro. Like, and during the even though the rooftop scene before what in my opinion is the best scene where they have to fight in the toy shop or the whatever that place was. Yeah. Where Raph just falls through the ceiling,
bro.
They were like, "Where's
Raph?"
He just
dies.
Yeah, man. I'm about to watch that movie. That movie's great,
bro. I told you, I watch the movie all the time.
So here's where I'm having the hardest time with Leo, bro.
I think Leo's also had a lot of good. I think he is like maybe second to Donnie in terms of like just the consistency across the board of being sweet.
So this is gonna be boring because I think you've watched more of the Turtles iterations than I have. I did watch 2003, but I don't remember it, and I didn't watch 2012. I'm going to be a little bit boring, and I'm just going to split it down the middle. I'm going to go original 90s Leo, because that, like, meditation scene and how he got his brothers together, bro. Like, how he was there for his bro, dog.
Yeah, I love that
I'm
scene.
there for you, Raph. I don't fuck with you all the time, but I'm going to be there for you, bro.
And I got to say, bro, like, one of my favorite scenes in the movie is how happy Leo is when Raph finally wakes up,
bro.
That scene is
he got his
bro.
brothers together, bro. He got them niggas together, dog. I really liked. Yeah, man, fuck it. I don't even feel weird about it. Definitely that Leo, that Raph, and then the two new Donnies and Mikeys.
Like it, man.
Boom.
Love it.
I went like 50. I went only with the original and the new for like both sides, 3 and 3.
Boom. Let's go. So for me, I'll start with Splinter and Shredder like you did. So my favorite Splinter. So I loved Splinter. Splinter's had a lot of good iterations too. Like I loved Splinter in the 2003 show. I loved Splinter in the 2012 show. Like his fighting in the 2012 show is insane. Like he is a beast. He's like, I just think he was like a little too serious in that show. So my favorite Splinter, I'm actually, this is tough. You know what? I'm gonna go with Jackie Chan Splinter, man. Mayhem. I think this, just like cause the balance of like him being kind of silly, kind of like a desperate old single dad, but still being able to fight, dog. You know what I'm saying? And this is like that fight scene was incredible, and also like the Jackie Chan playing him, and also just the family thing, man. Like I thought this was definitely the most fatherly that he's ever been, and that fight scene was amazing. So I really loved this Jackie Chan Splinter. So I'm gonna go with Mutant Mayhem Splinter as my favorite Splinter. Shredder, it's definitely between. So 2003 Shredder, best design ever to me.
That was the one that was like
he was
really
an Utrom though.
Oh,
and it ended
that's
up being
right.
Ultron, and that like killed it for me.
Because he was like really like big, right?
He was
and
the one. He had like that red eyes.
Oh, and you couldn't see his face at all.
Yeah, he was really dope. Mutant 1990 Shredder, so good as well. But dog, I love the 1990 Shredder. Don't get me wrong. I love the way that Shredder was in that movie. But 2012 Shredder, bro, is such a goon. He's so hands-on. He's like scary. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta go 2012 is my favorite Shredder. Even though I love that 1990 Shredder, I love he is so good in that movie and I love it. But I think 2012 is my favorite Shredder. So now we're gonna get to the Turtles. My favorite Leo's my favorite turtle. My favorite Leo is 2003, man. Like I think 2003 was like the turtle show that I was like the first one where I was like just obsessed with. Obviously I'd seen the 80s one, but 2003 Leo is the most serious. He's the most like big time like spiritual leader and like martial artist. 2012 Leo is on that level too. Like 2012 Leo is incredibly dope. But I think
it's one of my favorite designs.
Yeah, and this is 2003 is also one of my favorite designs too. So I gotta go with 2003 Leo as my favorites. Mikey, I'm gonna go 2012 show Mikey. I loved Mikey in this one. He didn't really have like the over the top surfer guy voice.
Yeah.
And he was sweet at fighting in this show. Mikey was like very dope. At fighting in this show too, so I'm gonna go 2012 Mikey, and he was still funny. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, man, Raph for me is 1990 as well.
Come on,
I gotta go 1990 Raph. And then Donnie, I'm gonna say Mutant Mayhem too, bro.
Yeah,
like I really love Donnie in Mutant Mayhem. I loved his voice. I really enjoyed him in this, but Donnie has had so many good versions across the board. But I think that Donnie and Mutant Mayhem was my favorite. So that's mine. That's how I would do it. And you know, I'm pretty much locked into all these. The only hard one for me on this was probably the Shredder one. The Shredder one is tough because that 1990 Shredder is really good, man. But all right, man, let's go. It's time.
It's
the
time.
Swordcast definitive top 10 comic book movie list. Whew. I'll say this. There is no Sonic 3. You guys did a good job in that aspect. No Sonic 3 on this list. You got any predictions?
Yes. Spider-Verse, Infinity War. Wait, sorry. Spider-Verse, Infinity War, Dark Knight. Those three I feel very confident about. I will say Avengers and Deadpool, maybe. A lot of people like that Spider-Man. I don't know. I'll go with Deadpool, but I don't feel confident about it. I feel very confident about those three though: Spider-Verse and we'll talk about it. Spider-Verse, Infinity War, Dark Knight.
All right, let's go. So the biggest snub, the movie, the comic book film that had. First of all, shout out to y'all. Thank you for sending me your list.
Yes.
This was one of the best like participation, like participation. That's kind of a hard word to say. This is like the best. Like this was very good participation. Like we had a lot of people send listen, so this was dope. The biggest snub. So this is the film that got the most points that didn't make the top 10, and I have to say, I hate y'all for this.
Ooh,
Shang-Chi, dog. Shang-Chi had the most votes. Didn't make the list.
Damn. Oh, wait. Let me switch my instead of Deadpool, I'm going to go Blade. I forgot about Blade.
Okay.
All right.
Biggest surprise. So this is the movie that I am the most surprised that didn't make the list. Avengers Endgame did not make the list.
I'm not surprised.
I am not high on that movie like a lot of other people are, but my understanding is that people like love that movie because it was like the end to everything, and I think a lot of people really love that movie.
I think people were very excited about the movie, but I think if you ask anybody which was better between Infinity War and Endgame,
they would say Infinity War. Yeah,
for sure.
This is also kind of surprising. There is no live action Spider-Man movie.
That is surprising.
No live action Spider-Man movie.
That is very surprising.
And then another note here, after tallying everything up, only one superhero has multiple movies on this list.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
Only one superhero has multiple movies on this list.
I think I know who the superhero is, but I can't imagine 2 movies.
I said the same thing. So we're going to get into
Interesting.
this.
I might be mad about this too.
I am mad about it. Okay. So we're going to get into this. Coming in at number 10. This is probably the movie I'm most surprised that it made this list, and it barely made it at number 10. Mm-hmm. But it made it, and it's on the list. This movie was on a lot of people's lists. It was very popular in this tournament, or in this, this definitive list. The Batman. With Robert Pattinson. That's our number 10 on
that movie. Was sweet as fuck.
It was,
bro.
And a lot of people loved it. It was on like everybody's list.
I low-key forgot about that movie, and it would have been on my list, I think.
The Batman at number 10.
I get it.
I'm not the biggest Batman fan.
That movie was sweet, bro.
The movie was great.
The movie was sweet as fuck.
It was great. It was a great movie. It was like one of those like weird, under the radar, like really good superhero movies that we got.
Bro, the Batmobile was like a fucking
it was
dinosaur.
Like horrifying.
Yeah, it was the fucking horror movie, bro.
So the Batman's at number 10, man. I did like this movie. This was
I forgot. I
talked about how much I liked this movie when it came out. This like realistic, like gritty Batman, kind of crazy.
Yeah, he's insane. He's a loon.
So
he's Edge.
Like the Riddler was like really done really well.
Yeah, yep.
I thought I'm not mad at it. It's a good movie. I enjoyed it. Coming in at number 9. This movie's a certified classic, man. Captain America 2: The Winter Soldier, coming in at number 9.
I almost put that on my list. I mean, whatever. Spoiler. it was on my list, but I almost put it on my predictions list.
Okay. Yeah, Captain America: Winter Soldier. I mean,
that's a banger.
We all know this movie's a banger. It's so good. It's like a spy thriller. The action scenes in this movie are amazing.
Yep.
The opening scene, man, where Cap just drops down, no parachute, just beats the crap out of everybody on that ship.
On the tanker.
And one of the things I love the most about this movie is like right from the opening scene, like they're like, this is such an upgrade from the first Captain America that y'all saw. Oh my God.
That movie sucked, man.
They're like, this is such an upgrade from the Avengers. Like the suit in Avengers was trash.
Yep.
Like this is a huge upgrade. Watch these action scenes. Look at this suit.
Right. We're not fucking around here.
Yeah, like, and it was like way different. Like, bro, he like when he stabbed my man in the hand with his knife, like just violent, little violence. Like it was really dope. And then like Cap in these movies, like Chris Evans is so good. Like I just love Cap is so no nonsense, bro.
Yeah.
Like instantly, like there's little details. Like I've seen this movie a bunch. Like I watched it recently too, and like I love how like they explain the situation to him about the like how the Lemurian starship got hijacked. And I can't remember the dude's name. His name might be Sitwell or something. Mm-hmm. And Cap instantly knows something. So he's just like, why Sitwell on this shit? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't trust
like,
you.
He's like, I don't trust y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, instantly knew something was up. And like, I love like the introduction of Falcon in this movie is great too. He's so good in this movie. Like, I think like Black Widow annoys me in these movies, but I think like this was her like. I think she was good in this movie.
Agreed.
Obviously Bucky, the Winter Soldier, like the fight scenes.
His opening scene was crazy.
Oh my God, where he pops up and just the Nick Fury chase scene was amazing. The fight scene on the freeway, the knife stuff. Mm-hmm. Dog, this movie it just slaps. It's just a banger from start to finish. So, dog, before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Right, dog.
The elevator scene, dog. Yeah. Fire. And shout out to Chris Evans, man. He did all that stuff himself. I did not know that. He's doing all his own stunts in those movies. Incredible.
Respect.
So shout out to Chris Evans. Coming in at number 8. Let's go, man. I love this movie too. This is a classic. This is a movie that I've watched 3 times over the last like 2 weeks. And that is Logan. Number 8. We got Logan.
Let's go.
This movie's amazing. I love this movie so much. My only problem with this movie, and it's not even the movie's fault. It's like the studio's fault. It's like I like watch this movie with a grain of salt because I'm just like, dog, why did they give us the perfect Logan Wolverine movie? Like the violence is there, like it's rated R, but he's like dying and he's like old. You know what I'm saying? Like that is this movie. I have like a hard relationship with this movie because of that.
Yeah.
But it's great. It's a great movie, man. It's like a old Western Wolverine movie. Obviously Laura X-23 is incredible in this movie. The violence is great. I hate that they just like sacrifice a random black family for no reason in this movie, bro.
Bro.
That is the one part about this movie that just drives me nuts.
They did kill that good old family,
why, bro? Why? This didn't even have to be in the movie.
Man, they executed them niggas.
That's the only part that drives me nuts in this movie. But this movie is great. Yep. The forest scene obviously is incredible. So yeah, man, Logan at number 8. Coming in at number 7. I'm so happy that y'all got this movie on the list. I just watched this last week. It still holds up. Blade.
You're welcome, MCU.
Movie. First of all, got the comic book movie started. Black. Bruh. This movie is so good. The fights in this movie, Wesley Snipes' body language.
Yes, bro.
Like, I hate saying swag, but
swag
and charisma, like, he is.
Yeah.
Nobody else could do this. Like, it's amazing. Nope. I love this movie, man. Like, the fights are so good in this movie, and it holds up. Yeah. The opening scene in the nightclub, It's that's still one of the best like scenes ever.
Is that the blood rain scene?
Yes, bro. Where he just like, and it just like, I remember seeing Blade 10 years old, bro. Like,
yeah, in the theater.
And I think all of us, our introduction to Blade was the Spider-Man cartoon.
Yep. That vaguely light skin.
The 90s Spider-Man cartoon. Light skinned Blade.
Yeah.
On the motorcycle. Quite
sure if he was black or not.
On the motorcycle with the lightsaber.
Yeah.
And the helmet. He's riding his bike up the building.
And that Tony Todd ass voice. Spider-Man.
Dog. Like. So that was our introduction to Blade, and like I was into it. I had some Blade action figures. I'd never seen the movie, and then this movie came out, and you know, and it was still scary. Like, this movie's kind of scary. Like, everything in this movie is done really well. Like, I love The Matrix, dog, but before The Matrix, Wesley Snipes was handing out the goth beat downs in the leather jackets and the trench coat. But yeah, like I said, the action scenes in this movie are incredible. They still hold up. Like, shout out to Blade. This is one of the all-time great superhero movies, so I'm loving that this is on the list. Shout out to Blade.
For sure.
Coming in at number 6, another one of my favorite comic book movies. You guys are doing great. Deadpool.
I should have kept it.
Deadpool. I talked about Deadpool last episode, man, where I was talking about like the test footage, and then I was like, there's no way they're gonna actually do this movie, and then they do it, and it just was done incredibly well. I love the first Deadpool movie. I think it's amazing. So shout out to y'all for getting that on the list. Ryan Reynolds, man.
Yeah. Ryan
Reynolds does a great job playing Deadpool. The action in this movie was great. The violence, the jokes, the humor was off the chain.
On point, man. It's perfect. He nailed it.
And he nails it. So Deadpool, like, great. Like, could not have done better. For this movie. It was awesome. And then Ajax was a great villain too. Like, if you read some of the older comic books, like, he was a good choice for a villain in this movie too. So shout out to Deadpool. But coming in at number 5. Oh my goodness, I'm so proud of y'all that this made the list. We've been talking about this movie this whole episode.
Let's go.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990, the classic, gets on the top 5 of the comic book movie list. Thank you. Nice job, guys. Hey man, what can I say? It's a go. We've been talking about it all episode. That's number 5. Coming in at number 4 on the Swordcast Definitive Top 10 comic book movie list, Batman: The Dark Knight.
Yeah. I know that's not your movie. It belongs on the list, though, man.
It is not, but I know. I understand. I understand that it is.
That movie's sweet. I don't know what you want me to do.
People love it.
It's good.
It belongs here, I guess. No,
it does.
I'm just kidding. Dark Knight comes in at number 4. Yeah. You got anything you want to say about this movie? Because I don't.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, bro. Like, this was one of the first superhero movies that went outside of the genre of superheroes. It was like a global phenomenon in the sense that it was like a movie that it was a super well made movie that just so happened to be in the superhero genre.
Mm-hmm.
It's still my favorite version of the Joker. Heath Ledger acted his ass off. You know, it was a very realistic, I mean, as much as you can do a realistic Batman movie, quote unquote, in the sense that it was like based in like the examination of human beings more than it was like power fantasy.
Yeah.
And I think that's what made it appeal to people outside of just the comic book world. On the other hand, I do like the fight scenes weren't particularly special. And like he was fighting against Joker, who's like notably a non-combatant. Like that's not his. I mean, Joker talks about it all the time. Like he straight up says in this movie, "You think I'm gonna let this come down to a fist fight between me and you? Like, are you crazy? Like, of course not." But this movie does a really good job of like being excellent without like beating you in the face with like action scenes, which is hard. It's hard to do that in a superhero movie because you need action scenes for superhero movies. With that said, though, even though I seriously doubt if this movie is on the list, my favorite Batman fighting scene ever is the warehouse fight from Batman versus Superman. where that nigga Batman was grapple hooking people down elevator shafts. Like, he was murdering like a motherfucker. Anyways, Dark Knight.
Dark Knight, number 4. Coming in at number 3. I love this movie right here, and I'm glad it's on the list, and I'm glad it's this high. I think that what we thought we got from Avengers, we got it in a more polished version, and that is Infinity War coming in at number 3. Like, this was the everybody come together big story.
Yes.
And I love that first Avengers movie, don't get me wrong, I do. But I just think that this was like the final version of a movie.
It was
like
what
that.
it was supposed to be, right? Because if Avengers was the first moment where we were like, holy shit, they actually did it.
Yeah.
And Endgame was like, all right, we know you can do it because you've done it once, but can you really land this plane and pull all of these niggas together? And they were like,
and they did it.
Yeah.
Infinity War is a great movie. The only complaint I've ever had about that movie is how underpowered the Black Order was.
Yep.
But other than that, like, this movie is great, and it literally never stops. From the time that movie comes on, it's up here. It stays.
They get it popping immediately.
It is a ride. I love that movie, man.
Here's a minor ass complaint. I didn't like Iron Man's suit in that movie. It was shaped.
The nano suit.
I like the nano suit technology, but the way it looked
a little weird.
Sort of like bulbousy and sort of.
But this is the movie where I started to love Iron Man.
Oh, facts.
In the films though, because like I had never really loved him in the films until like Infinity War.
Yeah. Agreed.
So, boom, and then number 2. The Strength of the Black Panther.
I forgot about. I should have put that one on there too.
Script away.
Has been script. Away.
Coming in number 2, we got Black Panther, man. Ooh, y'all. Black Panther number 2. Shout out to Chadwick, man. Rest in peace to the GOAT.
Bro, that's crazy. I still can't believe he passed away, man.
So, you already know, I do love this movie. I've always thought they used way too much CGI in this movie. But then it's like, retrospect, you find out that this dude was doing these fight scenes and he was like battling cancer, bro. Like, which is insane. And I've seen the behind the scenes of these, and he's like really doing this stuff. Like, so like, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy in its own right. But like, just this movie, man, like, this is one of the best ways Black people have ever been presented in a movie ever.
Dog, and not even just obviously the super amazing Afrofuturist stuff, but my favorite scene from this movie is the casino
fight
scene,
is awesome. Yeah, that scene is great.
It's just like it's like this is I point to this as an example of what like Black people doing cool shit without like smacking you in the face. Hey, look, remember Black? Like,
yeah.
And like, you don't gotta explain it. Just like have Black people doing cool shit. And that's just it. Like it just normalizes it, right?
Yeah. My favorite part is when he hits a nice little triangle on M'Baku when they had a fight. It's a little jujitsu in there. But yeah,
did a lot of capoeira in that scene too.
That's my favorite part of this movie. But this movie is great. Shout out to Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther, Ryan Coogler, fantastic. Yeah. But number 1, I gotta say, this was one of the most insane margins that we've ever had. Like, I'll show you. I'm actually just going to say it. Black Panther was number 2. Mm-hmm. Black Panther had 91 points.
Okay. Oh, my God.
The number 1 on our list of the Swordcast Definitive Top 10 comic book films, Into the Spider-Verse. First of all, congratulations, great pick.
Of course.
Second of all, so I said Black Panther had 91 points. Mm-hmm. Do you want to know how many points Into the Spider-Verse had?
I'm curious.
131.
Jeez.
You guys love this movie.
It's fucking great, man.
It's great.
It's great.
Into the Spider-Verse number 1. Guys, this is the best origin movie ever. Yep. I don't care. This is the best origin film about a hero becoming the hero ever to me. I love it.
And again, Black people doing cool shit without having to explain it. Just is.
Bro,
Hispanic, Latin people doing cool shit without having to explain it.
We know how legendary this movie is, but just to go back and like when there wasn't movies look like this movie is incredible. The What's Up Danger scene, the leap of faith scene where he finally puts a mask on, jumps off the building. That's one of my favorite just scenes in movie history ever. Mm-hmm. Then the scene where he shows up at the end to help them in the fight and Peter just says, "Miles, I love you. I'm so proud of you." Like that part is, this movie is, this is one of the greatest movies ever made. Like I love this movie so much.
Agreed, man.
So shout out to Across the Spider-Verse too. Some of you guys did what Hero did. Some of you guys kind of put them together. But more people had Into the Spider-Verse separately. Some of them had Across the Spider-Verse on their list separately too. Mm-hmm. Like my list, spoiler alert, has both of them on it. But,
I would have, but it was just hard for me to like.
It's hard to separate them, especially with the not being finished, right?
Right.
But Into the Spider-Verse #1, amazing movie, great pick. I think it deserves the #1 spot. I think it is one of the best comic book movies of all time.
Agreed, man.
Number 10, The Batman. Number 9, Winter Soldier. Number 8, Logan. Number 7, Blade. Number 6, Deadpool. Number 5, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990, the original. Number 3, Dark Knight. Number 4, Dark Knight. Number 3, Infinity War. Number 2, Black Panther. And number 1, the 2 top spots have black leads. Into the Spider-Verse. Let's go. This is a solid list of comic book movies, man. I'm proud of you guys. You guys did a good job. No Sonic 3. Nice work, boys.
Actually,
and girls and ladies.
You forgot to say number 2 is actually Black Adam.
Oh no! Oh, Edmund's about to leave the Discord. Nah. All right, guys. Number 2 is actually the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie.
Yikes! That movie was weak as fuck, dog. That shit was trash.
Hey, this is a good episode, man. I hope you guys.
Hold on, wait, real quick before we wrap up, I want to update the Swordcast tournament. Just because.
Yeah.
I was waiting to finish the Final Four because of I wanted to get the episode out first. So I don't even remember last time we updated. I think we were in the Sweet 16. So we had Link versus Sephiroth. Link goes over Sephiroth. We had Dante versus Jin with Jin going over. We had Red versus Geralt with Geralt upsetting Red. I thought that was a little crazy. And then we had Cloud versus Kratos, and Kratos ran away with it against Cloud. And I figured Kratos is a heavy favorite.
He is.
But I expected Cloud to put up more of a fight than that. And in the regions 3 and 4, we had Samus over Master Chief. We had Bayonetta versus Raiden, who has been Raiden, who's absolutely tearing through this tournament. Raiden goes over. Then you had Lara Croft versus Ryu Hayabusa. Hayabusa going over. And then Snake versus Aloy with Snake going over. Y'all did not give Aloy nearly enough credit in this.
No, they did not.
Y'all really did her dirty. I didn't expect her to necessarily beat Snake, but like she got destroyed. And she barely beat fucking John Marston. What the fuck are we doing here? Y'all niggas need to play Horizon Zero Dawn. Like
that's the issue here.
Well, but I can already hear Josh. So she talks to herself. Like, nigga, every fucking video game character does that. Like, I don't understand why that's a complaint. Like, any character anytime you're playing as a main character, by way of game mechanic, the character says a thing to point you in a direction. That's not a new thing. It's not something that Aloy does necessarily more than anyone else, but we got to find a way to hate on her, so I guess that's what it is. Josh is going to be mad at me for bringing this up, but it is what it is. I don't buy it as a valid criticism. But what the hell do I know? I'm just some asshole on the internet. All right, so here's the final four. I actually don't remember who won some of these, but let's. So we had Link versus Jin Sakai.
Hey,
let me actually look and make sure because I don't want to say the wrong thing. I think Jin won, but let me make sure. Yes, Link versus Jin Sakai. Jin Sakai actually ran away with it, 24-10.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go.
Geralt versus Kratos. It started off as a beef slapper, but Kratos.
I'm so tired of this guy.
I'm
tired of this guy,
bro.
He's gonna freaking win.
I think Kratos is the favorite right now.
No,
he's not quite a photocopied white bearded man, but he is. He's damn near close. He's damn near close. I like the version of him that we have now.
I just saw your message.
Which one? What?
One of the Discord where you said time.
Oh man, okay. I'm gonna get to that in a second. Bro.
Oh my god.
So then we had Samus versus Raiden, and this was a beef slapper, bro.
I was very glad my guy won.
Raiden ekes out a victory over Samus.
I got nervous.
19-5. And then we had this fucking shit right here. Now it looks different. It looks worse than what it was. But bro, you motherfuckers almost blew it, dog.
Hey man, I'll be the first to say I voted for Ryu Hayabusa.
I mean, of course, I expect that of you because you're ninjas only.
I do love Metal Gear, though.
But like Snake versus fucking
it's not like Snake don't got tech either.
Right, bro. Yeah, dog. Snake, close quarter combat master. Ryu Hayabusa. And again, this is not who would win in a fight. Ryu Hayabusa is a superhero. Like, of course he's gonna beat Snake. Like, what are we doing? That's not what this is about. It's about like, who do you like better? Simple as that. Like, whatever, all the stuff. But like, here's the thing that I was so disappointed. And again, Snake runs away with it 21-12. But for the longest time, Snake was losing. And I'm like, first of all, what are we doing? This is Solid Snake. What the fuck are we doing here? Y'all know who that? Y'all remember Snake from Metal Gear Solid? Do y'all remember that nigga or what? Like, what are we doing? And second of all, don't you want to see Snake versus Raiden, dog? Don't you want to see that?
So I actually didn't vote until my vote didn't matter. That's when I voted. But I was literally like, dog, we're about to blow getting Snake versus Raiden.
Like, why wouldn't you want to see that? Like, that could be the match of the tournament, and y'all niggas want to see Ryu Hayabusa, who is dope. Like, shout out to Ninja Gaiden.
That would be a good matchup too, obviously, because they're both
low-key, that would have been good.
Come on, we know we want the gimmick match. We want the Metal Gear showdown.
Bro. This is Flair versus fucking
this
Sting,
is Flair
right?
versus Ricky
Flair
Steamboat.
versus Steamboat, bro. Like, what are we doing? Let's have the big match. Let's have the main event. Come on.
Nah, that's facts.
Jeez. So here we are with the final four.
Hilarious.
And then we'll get out of your hair. Let me pull this back up. Final four is going to be Jin Sakai and Kratos. That's going to be a beef slapper, bro.
Beef slapper.
Jin Sakai and Kratos
versus
Kratos, man. versus Raiden and Solid Snake. That's a hell of a final four right there.
Swinging his giant weapons around like Devil May Cry.
Yep. All 1 seeds except for on the right side of the bracket where you have Raiden, who I think was I think
he was
a low seed,
3 or 4.
Like 4, 3 or 4, or I think he was like 4 or 5 actually, because he went up against Commander Shepard early, and then you have Snake, who was a 2 seed. So yeah, these are good, man. Good tournament. We went a lot slower this time around. I plan on doing them much faster because we've had a lot of distractions, a lot of stop and starts. As we keep this going, as this becomes a part of our Swordcast culture, we'll make sure that we hit them a lot faster. So boom, peace.
Let's go, man. Thank y'all for listening. This was a good episode.
Yes,
peace.
Sir.